All right, guys, we're going to get into game 2. This is a mid-series hop-in because I'm a massive fanboy of both players and I want to track whoever wins. It's going to be gas first into a somewhat hidden barracks for Gumiho in the bottom right, representing a Psystorm. His opponent in the bottom left, representing Alpha X. This is Astrea. I like him especially because his name sounds like my country. I feel very patriotic whenever I go, yes, Astrea! So kind of fantastic. Of course, Astrea... Californian boy. Gate Nexus before gas. Oh, he's doing the double gas build, is he? He's going to take a second gas pretty quick, I think. Oh, guys, this was a 16 gate, 17 Nexus. Oh, hello. This looks like a potting build order, guys. 18 Cybercore. Ooh, so for those who don't know, this is the build order that Parting debuted at Katowice, actually in the week or two before that in GSL as well, at the World Championship, and he destroyed Terrans with the fastest ever proxy 3-gate. Now, you don't have to proxy 3-gate off this build, but it happens to do very well. Now, interestingly, Astrea's building a Zealot. I wonder if he cancels that in a moment. Second pylon's a little late because of that. I don't think it's the end of the world. But he's going to come in, seize a command center. Does he cancel the Zealot, or does he continue with this pressure? We'll find out in a moment. Now, normally what you do is you try to proxy a gateway on their side of the map, but I don't think he can get that probe out in time because he showed it. The Reaper will probably hunt it. No. Gumiho goes in the wrong direction, and the probe goes right back in. Oh, this is interesting. So he's going to try and harass with the probe, then harass with the Zealot, and then Chrono and Adept across. Shield battery in the main. No second or third gateway. Now, with this setup, he's getting a much quicker second gas. So yeah, he's just going to do a Zealot Adept pressure off this alternate opening. And you might be like, oh shit, well, the natural mineral line, that's the problem area. Yeah, he's got to rally his probes back into the main, so he cancels probe production on the natural, realizing that's a death trap right now. Bit of a bummer for him. I think he was hoping to run into a marine reactor opening. Barracks on the outside of the wall, always a bit of a problem. The other marine's going to try and hide in the corner. Reaper in the main can't do anything against the shield battery. It'll take forever for that battery to run dry. We'll check back in if that battery does hit 0 energy. Does take a while, but sometimes it happens where the Protoss doesn't pay attention. Thinks of the battery as an unlimited resource when it's not. Probe and Adept and Zealot getting in here, guys. Adept at home chases off the Reaper. Great micro by Gumiho, gets it out. Zealot Adept here doing damage. Probe finally goes down to the Hellion. Oh, he's going to delay the starport. That's always a bit of a bummer, having those SCVs building buildings killed. And it looks like the Adept is going to go down. Just sacrifices itself there. Command Center is still not building. Oh, this disruption's huge, but Astrea should pull back. There's no way he should be attacking with this Adept. Astrea, put it back in your pants, buddy. Oh, Astrea, the classic pro gamer problem with inability to waistband it. Getting a bit too excited here in this match against Gumiho. Oh, I like the snap recall. One Marine doesn't quite get to it in time. He does save that Adept, and that is very important because it'll regen its shields and be very helpful damage to defend this. What is this? 2 SCVs, 3 Marines, 2 Hellions, and a Reaper. What are we? Oh, he's trying to repair. Gumiho doesn't realize he's told the SCVs to repair. Oh, no. Gumiho's in disarray, guys. He is in disarray. Oh, my God. Endless disarray. The Adepts are gonna be pulling on back. No, they're going forward. He sees the medevac pick up. Hellion's going towards the main. Oh, no. Astrea gets baited. Dude, you saw a medevac. Oh, I mean, he's got a shield battery, so it's not the end of the world, but it's pretty bad, man. He's going to clean those Marines up. But remember, he already used recall on his Adept. Uh-oh. Italian's able to one-shot. The shield battery helping out a little bit here. We're going to get another probe or 2 for sure. Can he get out? Where's the medevac? The medevac! He's like, where's our pickup? Where's our evac, man? Do you guys just see those Hellion shots bug out? That looks super weird. 5 probes go down. That's acceptable damage for Astrea. He doesn't mind that. Acceptable losses. Cyclone's here to help defend any counter aggression. Cloaked Banshees as well. Gumiho showing that trademark. Very tech-heavy style. Very slow on his second and third barracks. And I imagine, like the last game, he wants to try to squeeze in a quick third command center. We'll see how it goes. Hellion's going to try and drive on past. Uh-oh. All right, what are we doing? The Adept's there. Watch out! Nice snipe there for Astrea. Good map control. He's kind of corralling these Hellions. Dude, look at this! Oh, he doesn't micro that one. He could have killed that just by microing the Adept there, but bit of Adept miss micro. Has to whoop in a Stalker. This one probe's like, hide. The Hellion's like, ha ha! You trapped here with me, boy! You're trapped here with me. The Stalker says, no, get away from my son. Blinks forward and body blocks. What a Chad Stalker. Banshee on the top side of the map, though. Cloak will be kicking in soon. Astrea's looking for it, though. Is Adept's going to scout it? Does Astrea notice it? Guys, we're on Astrea's camera. Banshee in vision. Banshee in vision. Banshee just passed right through his Adept. I don't think he noticed it, guys. I don't think he noticed it. Yeah, he's too busy setting things up right now. And he's grouping his Stalkers up at the front. That Banshee's going to be a nasty surprise. He has no idea. That Banshee's... The thing is, he's got a shield battery in his main and his natural, and there's no probes on his third, so the Banshee flies in, and he's like, shit, there's a shield battery. All he needs to do is pull these probes to the north of the mineral line. Oh, the gas one's maybe a little exposed. Okay. Okay, Astrea's taking a little more damage than he would like. 3 probes will go down, but... At the end of the day, dude, that's a dead Banshee. Another one comes in. This one's going to find a little more. Gumiho needs to do damage right now. Because remember, this is the point where Astrea can get out of control. So I think this is really important. Does a bit of damage, pins him back. And guess what? Your third CC is finishing. You're pulling him away so that your 5 barracks transition is on the way. That's right, 5 barracks all at once. Guys, look at that shit. Is that not beautiful? Now, he actually hasn't been queuing his SCVs back to mining after building buildings. So I got to be a little critical of Gumiho for that one. Bit of a kind of noob error to be making for him. So you see he's kind of having to manually do a lot of things. He's got the APM, but he's not the fastest player in the world. Gumiho's, you know, he's very good, and he's improved a lot of that stuff. That's how he won his GSL championship, when he revamped his mechanics and kind of relearned how to use his mouse. Oh my god, Astrea, brave maneuvers there. Does end up backing off. And what do we got, guys? Lots of gateways. Storm. Charge is done. No Forge just yet. As I say it, Forge goes down. He's going to start upgrades. He's happy to be behind in upgrades a bit, because he's like, well, I've got Storm already. I've already got 3 mineral lines. I wouldn't be surprised to see Astrea take a 4th right about now. And indeed, I know how this man thinks. He thinks about big economy. He likes big economy. Big economy make him very happy. Stalkers pick off 2 Marines for free just with micro. Looks for another. Doesn't quite get it. Medevac there, saving that Marine's life. So... as Gumi, he's actually swapping into Marauder production now, which is good. Sometimes he stays way too long in Marines, and that definitely has hurt him in the past. Astrea backing off, realizing that was about to cloak, and he doesn't have an Observer nearby. The Ravens did also kill an Observer, so that going down always a bummer for Astrea, who I wouldn't be surprised if he just looks for a bust. Tanks aren't very good versus Zealots. It's just because they're spread in such a nice position, it'll be hard to find it. But if he can find a Storm Drop, just one Storm Drop, the Marines are cleared. Zealots are going to kill these siege tanks really easily. It is non-stop tank production, so similar to how Beyond's playing TVP right now, Q has been mixing it in a bit more. More people going back to this non-stop tank production style of TVP. It's a really good way of playing. Wait, does he only have 4 barracks, guys? Where's his 5th? Oh, it's down there in the natural. That's where it is. Oh, look at this guy's Stalkers. He's going to try and bait the bio up into Storm Drop. Oh, this is very cute. Very cute. Oh, a little slow on the trigger on that Storm Drop. Bit of miss micro there from Astrea, but... oh. Astrea. What is he doing? Astrea with some big miss micros there. A few misclicks. Fumbling a little bit. Surprised he didn't try to attack the front at the same time, but he's got 4 bases up. Does he need to? He's already starting air weapons on his Stargate. So I think he's seen that there's such a big tank production. Astrea's going to go Tempests here. So if he can just get out a few Tempests, he can just basically pick off Gumiho. Otherwise, Gumiho can just do this kind of constant tank push through the bottom, and he just outranges you and methodically pushes forward and you lose. Tempests are really good versus ghost tank styles, and the scan does not realize he might see this Cybercore spinning, which could be a tell. Double Forge going to be chrono boosted to try and catch up in upgrades. Immortals being added in. No Colossus. Here's a problem, and that Observer will go down. Ravens there. Oh, I would have loved a feedback. That would have been super sick. He's got the, he's actually got a Zealot in the Warp Prism, so that might make him fumble with the drop, because he probably doesn't mean to have that in there. It's meant to be 3 High Templar. Warp Prism. Oh, no, he gets Interference Matrix. Uh-oh. And look at this. Gumiho's diving. Gumiho's diving, guys. The Banshee being a nice distraction here. As Astrea right now, you need Pylons and Zealots. He just needs Mass Zealot. He's already got a good Storm count. And he's got to pull way back. This is a... oh, he's let Gumiho get in position. He's going to try and break it right now, but that anti-armor missile is already down. Great Storms! Oh, great Storms. If his Zealots can clear the tanks, this Immortal, very important. Can he get rid of those 2 tanks? And yes, he can. A crucial hold. Great Storm drops on the bio. It's a little bit too clumped up. The Immortal and a few Zealots, absolute heroes. clearing the tanks. A little bit too far out of the map, though. Astrea not expecting such a big cascade of bio coming in behind this. And actually, guys, he's got no storm, but he had just enough units. It was enough Zealot Archon Immortal. So a misjudged fight from Gumiho, who's fighting just before his 2-2 upgrades kick in. So it's equal on 1-1 during this whole fight. This turns out to be a bit of an anti-timing for Gumiho, who I don't know if it's paid off. But you know what? I mean, unupgraded bio is not great. Those High Templar need to be real careful. Second and third Stargate Fleet Beacon coming in. I think at this point, you want to be more focused on just getting a generic army, because you reset the tank count. So I actually think that the Tempest idea is not priority anymore. He's going to go straight carriers. Man, Astrea transitions to Skytoss off almost no army here. This seems like a wild decision. This is something I used to be very critical of Geralt for always doing this against Zerg, where he'd get like 120, 130 supply, and he'd be like, yeah, it's time to go carriers now. Because the thing is, if there's just a decent Marine ghost count, a couple of carriers is kind of a shit army. So I would actually have been a bit more urgent to get the Robo Bay, because he didn't have the Robo Bay to begin with, because he was kind of planning this transition. I understand why he's done it. He's like, well, I was already going in this direction, so let's keep going in this direction. But no DT Shrine, no Robo Bay, so he's missing that normal ground-based late game. And he's just rushing to a double Cybercore carrier style. And that can work out really well. If you can land storms on their Marines, their army crumbles. Vikings are starting. 8 barracks are up. It's good production, of course. I don't think there's any point building siege tanks anymore for Gumiho, because it's not going to be in a sizable enough number to really make a big difference. It's just going to slow your army down. Unless you're going 3 or 4 factory tank, it's not that important. Ship weapons, EMP, 3-3 upgrades. But still chrono boosting, +3 attacks on the way. Astrea's not too far behind in the upgrades. So it's very unlikely there's actually a huge difference there. And the first 3 carriers are out. He's on his way to 6. Random probes are around the map. He's got an observer there. I like that there's missile turrets to zone these out. Stalker got cleared up there. Very similar supply on both sides. Problem for Gumiho is he just does not know this is carriers. Otherwise, he'd probably already have a few more starports down to try and focus them. Definitely EMP is going to be probably the most impactful thing when push comes to shove. If he can EMP the High Templar, or if his Vikings can shoot down the Warp Prism, Gumiho can totally win. He's got 21 Marines, he's got some ghosts. Not as many Marines as you really want to fight 6 or 9 carriers worth of interceptors, but there's an option where it can happen. Viking count still very low at 4. Gumiho's about to find out that's a carrier army, and he's immediately like, whoa, what the fuck? So that was the first time he actually full-on spotted the carriers. He's going to dive forward here, try to do some damage. This is really dangerous, though. I actually think Gumiho needs to run home and adjust his composition. Yeah, he's going to try to pull out now, but watch out. That storm drop's coming forward, man. Uh-oh. Feedbacks could even work on the medevacs as well. The prism. Oh, EMP there preemptively. Does catch one of them, but they've still got energy, and another storm drop there. He's hunting this army down. And Astrea, I wouldn't mind Astrea just going south now, saying, okay, you're running away, that's fine. I'm going to push into your production. But instead, going to be a bit more conservative. Astrea doesn't want to go for the kill move. He's just going to try and deny mining on the gold. Warps in a lot of stalkers there, interestingly. Wants to, of course, use those to pick off the Vikings. He's focus firing units. Dude, Astrea's actually, I think he was actually focus firing there with the carriers. Very cute. Zealots going in towards the rally, potentially. Oh, storm drop. Very nice. Gets a few of those SCVs. Gumiho's still on 5 base, though, and the Vikings will get rid of that Warp Prism in a moment. Guys, watch out. That's a very Marine-heavy army. It's very weak to Psystorm. Oh, he's going to try and jump on him, but a reactive Storm Drop could ruin his day. Dude, oh my god, this is such a wild fight. The Marines are doing really well, but there's still some High Templar in there. Watch out. Oh, Gumiho just clicked on the Warp Prism. Yeah, that was way too obvious for Astrea. He dropped the High Templar in vision, picked them back up, and then tried to fly forward. Gumiho just clicked it. Great micro by Gumiho, and not a good choice to stop to warp in there by Astrea. He really needed to just pull back, use the storm to cover himself, and regather his forces. So he throws away a lot of his carriers, and a lot of his units do go down there. And fascinating to see someone play carrier late game here against Terran. I mean, it's Blackburn, so it's a very front-on map. So it's hard to use the DT Zealot mobility. I think that's right why Astrea is doing this. I think this is his Blackburn plan. I think he'd still play his normal style on other maps, but because this map is all about kind of winning the front-on fight on the bottom path, he felt carriers were what was going to do that for him. But he's about to take some damage, guys. Nuke there, and a big drop on the top. Astrea taking some big damage right now. 6 probes go down. That's distracted him enough that he has not seen the nuke. Oh, no! That goes to his 8 kills. Now he has 26, 18 probes in one strike. Oh, my gosh. He's even going to get a few more. Damn. Astrea now under the gun. His economic advantage he's had all game is no longer there. He's got things like Flux Veins upgrade. He's got +3 air attack, +2 armor on the way for his air units. He's got his +3 ground armor. I mean, great upgrades, great setup before, but after this wave of damage, he's trying to just rebuild his economy. He's got some Stalkers in the north, sees a double drop. He's going to need to split a lot more units up there to hold that drop off. So he needs to split off a whole big chunk of Zealot Archon. I guess he's got High Templar, but he doesn't have Storm just yet. His army's posturing to scan, see everything right now for Gumiho. 3 orbitals only. So no Iron Bank for Gumiho, guys. Gumiho does not have the insurance that having a few extra 4 or 5 orbitals would afford him. There's no scan there. These High Templar a bit outgunned on that north side of the map. Oh, he's going to take this drop down. Okay, that's real nice. Clean up there for Astrea, but it comes at a cost. He cleans up a drop in the north. Gumiho does click down a High Templar, so nicely done. Looks like something died there. I don't know if that was a carrier that just got caught rallying out. I think it might have been, guys. And damn, I mean, what do you do now as Astrea? You're stuck on Zealot, High Templar, Stalker. You've got great upgrades, but you don't have that many carriers. I mean, are you hoping this throws your opponent out of whack? Not having the Disruptor or the Colossus option, to me, I mean, I'm not sure how you play this scenario because we don't see this. Normally, double or triple Robo plus Robo Bay is like, that's just what you have as part of your game plan at this stage. Watch out for the ghosts! Oh, EMP on the carriers. The Vikings, oh, I think they just snapped a Warp Prism, did they? I'm not sure. It looks like a bunch of those units do go down. The Stalkers killing a bunch of SCVs in the top, but they will get caught now by the Bio. He's going to try to get out of there. Takes a Marauder on his way out and a Marine. This army comes forward. You've got to be careful. He wants to bait these units into Storm if possible. Not going to be able to do it. And once again, scan. Clicks on the observers. Great targeting by Gumiho, who's taking another base in the bottom left. Up to 74 probes and fantastic air upgrades here, though, for Astrea, who's at 3-2 upgrades now as that kicks in. 3-2 on the air. Does he build more carriers? The answer is yes. Oh, no, he's a little too slow to do it, though. Where's his Psystorms? EMP says, you don't get none, mate. And that is going to be a great ambush. The Zealot Archon starts to do okay, but you saw Gumiho adjust his concave, and with 52 3-3 Marines, he just guns through that ground army. Gumiho showing a fantastic knowledge of how to deal with this composition. Really great play, and for those who don't know, it is... Sorry, the scoreboard got flipped there. At some point when I was zooming in and out, I flipped it. Astrea is up 1-0 in this series, guys. So Astrea has got 6 carriers. He's out of money right now. He's got decent income. I mean, he can still max out, but he doesn't have the Robo transition, which would be really nice. Imagine a few Colossus in here. Oh, dude, because this is Mass Marine. There's no Mass Viking. So you just need to have enough High Templar and then Colossus and Disruptors. Any form of splash damage. If you land some Storms on these Marines, it's good. But because there's such a healthy ghost count and they've been used very well, only 5 ghosts actually right now. He needs more of them. You can do it that way. Now, Gumiho is trying to make Ravens. Now, Ravens can work because they interference matrix carriers, but this is super overcomplicated. In my opinion, this is the hardest way to beat carriers because feedback, a single High Templar can feedback 4 Ravens. Like, this is so hard to not just get your Ravens feedback, to not just get them killed as the fight is starting. Now, obviously, if he catches Astrea off guard, he might just lock down every carrier and roll the fight, win the game. You can also lock down the Warp Prism and stop it from unloading. High Templar gets surprised there, but the Stalkers say, no, naughty, naughty. Gumiho, I think, is happy to trade that out because he wants more Ravens right now. So, yeah, no, he replaces it with Marauders. Okay. Astrea trying to retake this bottom base. He's going from 6 carriers up towards 9, plus 3 air armor on the way. No plasma shields yet. As he maxes out, since you are looking for a very optimal composition, I do think Astrea should add that. Of course, Ghosts have been kind of making that a bit of a laughable proposition. The big problem is this is a pure Marine army, guys, and he's only got 4 High Templar. The problem is you lose those High Templar, you've got no backup. This is a situation where you want a High Templar here, 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 here. You want to have so many backup High Templar so that if you get in trouble, you can fall back and he will run out of EMP energy. He will run out of ghosts. He will eventually stumble into a storm and it will completely change the equation. 1 or 2 big storms on these Marines will win the game. Right now, though, that's not on the cards. Dude, what is Gumiho doing? That's a crazy maneuver. Where is the observers? Okay, he's got him. Some good EMPs do go down. Drop in the north at the same time. Does get cleaned on up. A few more cannons and batteries go down. Some stalkers, I think, just got cleaned up. And oh, he interference matrixes him. And as I said, where's the splash damage? You got to run, but there's no splash damage to fall back on here. You've got to have that splash damage to fall back on. Oh, damn. The mass marine army from Gumiho. I mean, it's so weak to splash damage. This is why you don't normally see it. But Gumiho's actually pulling it off, kind of. Maybe, maybe not. If those carriers can recharge. Just that one storm, you saw change that battle drastically. And similar supply, but Astrea's actually up in bank. And still no plasma shields, but +3 air armor is about to kick in right now. About 10 seconds out, 15 seconds out. Fusion core coming in 7 Vikings at a time. So he's going to swap to a much more Viking-focused army as Gumiho. There's observers everywhere right now. Really well done by Astrea to keep that vision. Now, if either player can secure these middle bases, that'll be great. Oh, I like that backup High Templar. He sees the command center floating in there. He could try to dive that. Astrea's adding cannons and batteries, realizing this is going to become a very important area. I think he's going to go for that command center. Yeah. Gumiho's coming up, though. Both sides are going to run into each other here. And remember, he does not... That prism. Watch out for the prism. The prism. The prism. Dude, if that prism goes down, Astrea can just lose the game. He's still on mostly zealots. This is a pretty trash tier army for Astrea. He's looking for those storms on the Vikings. Ooh, he gets a few good ones. Vikings very damaged, but Gumiho's very wise. Very efficient player. He will repair that. Astrea takes the north base to respond to this southern base. He is adding plasma shields. High-sec auto-tracking Neosteel armor on the way. They're not done just yet. Astrea's going to try and push in and just catch him out. He's like, dude, if I can storm those Marines, if I can catch you just a little bit, this could turn in my favor. Right now, where's the ghost count, guys? There's only 2 ghosts. Astrea's taking advantage of that, but he's only got 2 High Templar. Astrea's splash damage is still very light. I love the Stalker run-bys in there. Gumiho, he's swapped into 12 Vikings. He doesn't seem to want to go too hard on the Vikings the way Maru does. In this scenario, Maru goes like mass Viking and just basically says, I will dodge every Size Storm, I will EMP every High Templar, which is unrealistic for most humans, but Maru makes it happen. Gumiho, of course, doesn't want to go too massed on the Vikings. He's at 15, going to 18. He's got +3 attack, but remember, these Vikings don't have armor as well, so they actually die really quickly to carriers. The carriers can actually just fight them. He loses a carrier. He's lost 9 carriers so far. Of course, the Marines there make that a perfectly fine trade, I think. Look at that. Cloak snipe gets rid of one of the High Templar. Very nicely done. There's still no DT tech or real Robotech out. I wonder at this point, would Blink DT run-bys come in big? These bases aren't too well defended on the north. It's 10 carriers, 18 Zealots, 5 High Templar. Zealots are cheap tanks. Oh, he's got to pull out. Oh, big storms. One more storm and those northern Vikings would be big, but he misses it. He actually completely whiffs that storm. Does get the command center. This is a very, very useful fight. He actually kills all those Vikings on the retreat. Good targeting by Astrea. He attacked those Vikings and they were away from the Marines. So the Interceptors survived for a while. Now, the carriers are empty. Astrea needs to run. No, you can't fight here. You're out of Interceptors. Astrea, I don't think the carriers can fight here. Oh, the cannons are helping a lot, but his carriers are empty. I don't think that was a good choice to fight, but actually the cannons, the Archons, the Zealots, okay. Looks like he just barely has the numbers to hold on, and I think that'll be enough now. As the Interceptor count regrows, the carriers become useful. Right now, it's just the ground army versus the ground army, but High Templar come in from the north. And it looks like Astrea here. It looked like he let this game slip away from him earlier. And that seems to be Astrea's TVP in a nutshell, right? Makes some of the best comebacks, makes some of the biggest slip-ups as well. He's a lot like Dark. And, you know, Dark in every matchup is kind of like that. He does make some slip-ups that you're not really expecting. Not that many. Obviously, it's the comebacks that I think more personify Dark. It's not even like massive slip-ups. It's just he puts himself behind with bad openings. I'm so critical of Dark, dude. He's my favorite player. But it's... Oh, the storm! Ouch. But yeah, dude, this is actually really cool. Gumiho's gotten back in form, is looking really good, guys. I do think Astrea didn't quite have enough splash damage insurance earlier in this series, but you can see, since then, he's adding more High Templar, he's spreading them out more methodically. And he's really just using these carriers as this recyclable, just raw damage output boon. Can attack ground, attack air, and as long as he doesn't lose the carriers, just the interceptors each fight, he can pull back, and it was a very efficient trade. How many Vikings do one-shot a carrier? If you EMP the carrier, and the carrier doesn't have proper full armor upgrades, in terms of plasma shields, it takes 13 Viking shots, I believe, to one-shot a carrier that got EMP'd. I believe it's 13. Say 14 to be safe there. It's about 18 if they have the shields up, so... Oh, okay, here we go. Oh my god. Astrea! There's Ghost right on top, but Gumiho so slow to EMP. He lets him get off a Psy Storm completely unnecessarily there. Astrea caught with no detection here. A very sloppy engagement on both sides, but at the end of the day, Astrea just has way too much stuff. GG, well played. Gets the 2-0. Wow, that was just absolutely friggin' crazy. Going straight to Skytoss off Storm. Bizarre, awesome play from Astrea.